After 2 weeks, we received approval to start excavation on our foundation trench. We were already behind schedule due to the length of our design process. If we were going to succeed, everything had to go according to plan. On Monday the 28th, we started excavation. On Tuesday the 29th, we found a 14-inch thick concrete wall running underneath our site. On Wednesday the 30th, the concrete truck was scheduled to arrive.
I like it. One knee on the ground. This is bullying. It's hilarious. You're going blunt end, boys. Blunt end. Almost. Hey. There. Bro, point at it.
This wall.
Alright.
Oh, so that trash can is full.
I mean, do you want to, does it matter where those little black things are? Because you're not on top of it.
Are you just dumping it? Okay.
Anna here, down in the dirt under our foundation.
She went down there.
Down in the dirt right now.
So we're making a rectangular
Because I'm the smallest person in the
with
studio,
the two triangles,
and
we're gonna brace
my
them
roles
together right
include
and
getting down into the small spaces like the sauna tube and down in the trench.
I don't, but it was Steven's physical effort.
Yeah. Keep fighting, Steven.
I'm not sure that Steven enjoys his face.
Now take this one and go over it.
Are
and,
you
like,
filming
pull.
this?
Yeah, I am.
I am a person.
Flatter.
After 18 hours of pickaxing and jackhammering, our trench was ready for the pour.
Both one. We got gravel from France.
Okay, let's get a wheelbarrow.
It's like French
Hey,
stone,
this is
you know?
really, really nice.
It's from Osman.
It's
You know
really
Osman?
nice. Nope.
I had Steven use me as a towel.
Nice job, Alexa.
Thank you so much, Spencer.
That's all.
In the end, our foundation was poured on schedule. Not the real schedule. We were still about a week behind where we needed to be. In order for us to make up this week, we accelerated our rammed earth schedule. Our pavilion had 3 walls and a column. Each element would be rammed over the course of 1 day. Any more time than this, and we would risk a cold joint. That's what it's called if you stop ramming and need to start again later. If this happens, the rammed earth might not join homogeneously. The first 3 walls were done without a hitch. They each took a few hours, but over the course of multiple days, everything was pretty easy. And then we started on our column.
Way too big here to here.
It was a challenge from the start. The studio had never done a column before, and with an 18-inch diameter at 9 feet tall, presented some daunting problems. First off, we were using a sono tube, and with all of the rebar inside, we could not fit our arms, or Anna, down to reach the core at the bottom. This meant we needed to splice the tube and do the column in pieces. Everything started fine. The lift system was on schedule, and we were approaching the first tube splice. We reached the point where the joint was added to the second section of tube, checking for plumbness and level the entire time. The joint seemed sound, so we proceeded forward with our layered earth. It's 2 o'clock.
Yep.
What do you think that means for estimated time of completion?
Well, I brought some flashlights, so.
Let's hope it doesn't take that long. In the middle of our second section, we had a rebar issue. Anna was sent down to check it out. It ended up being nothing, but we sang her happy birthday while she was down there. Overall, the morale was still pretty high as we moved into our 10th hour of ramming, but it was quickly declining.
Clamps on this way. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's because of that.
If there's one thing out of your control on a project, it's time. Over the course of the day, our time had slipped away to Murphy's Law. Every time we got started on another layer, something would come up. Alignment, improper compression, the splice connection, something. At sunset, we realized we were out of time. We all knew this meant we were going to have a cold joint in the column, which could cause serious complications down the road. But still, we met up at Anna's 21st to celebrate. Most of us were talking about the next day. But that's what makes Dirtworks a 24/7 studio. It doesn't end when you're off the clock. We finished the column the next day, and then came back a few days later to remove the formwork and sonotube. Miraculously, there was no evidence of a joint in any way. After everything, we were still 4 days behind schedule, so a small team got to work ramming the floor.